Hey, while I was out shopping for ingredients for tonight's meal, my guys at Rusted Martin turned this blank canvas into a fantastic masterpiece.
I really think this turned out terrific. We got a few more details to do, maybe a few more accessories to pull off, but really the color scheme and the area rug just took this room and brightened it up. I love the paprika in here. It doesn't conflict too much with the floor. I love the sofa. I think the size is great. See how high this is? Oil painting's fantastic. And this is one of my favorite pieces, a little French end table over on the side. I think this is really pulling together. The ottoman is really kind of nice because it breaks up the paprika on the floor and gives us a nice wall color pulled down to the center. So I'm really happy with this side. Now let's look at the dining area. I think the dining turned out terrific. You know, really our floor plan ended up very close to what we started with. We tweaked it a little bit because we had the dining table centered here, but after we got it in the room, we felt like it was a lot better pulled over to the corner. And those are the type of things that we do on the job after we get out. We know it's going to fit, we know it's going to work, but there's always going to be a few adjustments here and there that we want to do. Well, I'll tell you what, there's only one more thing left for me to do to get this night ready. And that's to put on the old chef coat. And yes, I have to wear one because I don't want to get my black t-shirt all messy, as you know. And we're going to go in the kitchen and we're going to start cooking. I think I need that plate too. Let me take this with me. Well, here's really the fun part. I told you that I really have the greatest job in the world. If I didn't tell you that, I really have the greatest job in the world, because look what I get to do. I get to design all day. I get to spend everybody else's money doing it. And I get to cook and drink a little wine. Anyway. This is the, let me turn this off. This is the client dinner that we're going to make, and they're not here yet, but I always like to do prep ahead of time. And I'll tell you what we've got. We are going to be making seared scallops with a roasted red pepper sauce on it, over a pasta that has red peppers and herbs in it, that is then layered over spinach and stir-fried tomatoes. Sounds like a difficult dish, really pretty quick and easy to do. So I've already prepped most of the things that I have going here. I have the scallops left to do, and then I'm going to take this plate and assemble it so you can kind of get an idea of what we're going to serve tonight. Food to me is a huge important part of my life. It's important to most everybody. Think of all the times that you have had people over. It's always events or family events. So those are the times that you have remembered from the past. So why do we think it's important? And now you know why we do kitchens? Well, you have to have the right stove. What I'm cooking on today is a Viking range. I'm adding a little olive oil here. Always add olive oil to a hot pan because otherwise it will soak in. And we're cooking on a Viking range for one reason. Oh, that's a good sound. You hear that? You don't get that from many ranges. Scallops tend to be very watery. You want to drain them before you do it. I'm going to put 5 in there. That looks pretty good. And don't touch them. This is where everybody messes up. We want all those natural sugars to come out of there and caramelize on the bottom of this pan. All right? Now remember, we're using olive oil. Always salt and pepper. Always. These are the 2 types of seasonings that I use primarily. Salt, and that's kosher salt. You can just pick it up and I can really dab it on there. And we're going to cook this for just a few minutes. What I'm going to do for plating this is a very simple thing to do. I'm going to take spinach that's not even cooked, baby spinach, and I'm going to plate that just like that, just a little bit in the middle. Great gold plate's going to go with our room out front. Wait till you see how I set the table. You're going to love that too. And I'm going to leave that. I don't even have to cook this because this is absolutely going to steam just a little bit when I put the pasta on top of it. And then we're going to take the scallops, and we're going to let them rest a little bit, put a little cream in it, and woo, we're going to have a great little meal. Also, took the tomatoes, cut them in half. These are grape tomatoes, cut them in half. I use grape tomatoes in off-season because they tend to be a little sweeter, not that kind of plastic taste that you get when you usually buy tomatoes in the wintertime. Unfortunately, summer right now has just started, so we don't have great tomatoes. So I'm going to sprinkle that just around the outside. Now, if you remember what I said earlier about complementary colors, look what I just did. Red and green again. Look how beautiful it's going to turn out. That's half of eating is the presentation. All right, I think I've got a scallop here ready to go. Look at this. Look how beautifully brown those scallops are. Absolutely fantastic. And in a minute, you're going to see me take this whole thing, plate it up, and turn it into an absolutely wonderful meal. Okay, we're at plate time right now. Now look at my scallops. Perfectly golden brown. Don't overcook these. You don't want them overcooked. We're going to pull this off. And this is where I'm going to take my sauce. Now watch this. This is kind of fun. Turn that off. Watch how simple this is. A little bit of white wine. Try to deglaze that pan. That's the beginning. Oh, if you could smell that right now, you'd love it. A little bit of cream. This is the base for our sauce. Look at this, just about finished already. Roasted red peppers. Look at that. That's as fast as that sauce has to be. Now, I'm going to take this, put my pasta in on top of it. I'm going to sprinkle it with herbs. Lay in a roasted red pepper or two on top. Place on my scallops. Look at this. You know that's looking great. And take a little cream sauce. And we have an absolutely fantastic dish right there. That's what they get to eat tonight. I'm going to eat it here in a second too. Hey, we're going to put it on the table so you can see it. Oh, this looks so great. Now you saw that come off the stove and how wonderful that is. And look how pretty it is on the plate. We did a chocolate tablecloth and kind of matched all the colors that we did in here. And look how wonderful that is. I think that's going to be great. I love to kind of prep it ahead of time to see how it's going to look, make sure the tastes are good. It really is a pretty simple dish to make. You saw it didn't take that long, really start to finish, 5-8 minutes, somewhere in there. I think that's a good presentation for the table. You know, we've had a great day. I've had a great day, I should say. I hope you've had a great day and learned a little bit. Look what we do to bring it all together. You know, it's a very unusual company that has the ability to understand everything to do with your interiors, including your kitchen and your baths. But what we really understand mostly is lifestyle. And lifestyle is really the reason that we do this. You see that this is not unusual. This is a pretty simple meal for us to make. And of course, we got the Riedel glasses out, and we're going to make sure they're all polished up and beautiful. And this type of lifestyle can easily be transferred into your home. Don't be afraid of it. Most people get a little bit freaky and crazy and think this is hard to do. It really isn't. With the right cooking utensils and the right people helping you, we can put this together for you pretty easily. We want your house to reflect exactly the lifestyle that you love to live. And this is the way they do it. Remember, lifestyle is made up more about the details of certain parts of luxury. That's what makes things great. The right napkins, the right glasses, the right food, the right friends makes for an absolutely perfect evening. So we hope you enjoyed this. I'm Michael Rust. I own Rust & Martin. We're down at Ashley Bailey Kitchens, and we have just brought it all together. Watch us next time.